Well, good afternoon. Thank you to the NRF for this opportunity. Thank you all for attending this session this afternoon, and I would like to thank my guest speakers and panelists. So we're going to talk today about one of the big issues that retail organizations must face, which is how to rethink the strategy, the role, the relevance of the physical store, looking at the future under a transformation process which is affecting retail businesses. And I would like to introduce you to our guest speakers, the panelists who are going to share this session with me today. So Marjolein Westerbeek, which is the president of Rituals, which originally is a Dutch company. She's the president of the US division of Rituals. Then we have two Brazilian companies and speakers. Fabio Barreto, who is the CEO of Farm Rio Global, the international division of the Farm brand, which operates under the Soma holding company, House of Brands Group. And Raquel Scherer, which is the Melissa's brand director of the Grandene Brazilian group. So thank you very much for being here today and for sharing this session. So I'm going to start with a few opening remarks just to summarize my perspective on how to address this key discussion about the future of the store, and then we are going to start sharing their perspective on these same subjects. So we can start looking from what can be defined as a new retail's approach. A new retail was the term coined by Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, back in 2016, when he made a big provocation, and they challenged their organization to rethink the retail business model on a new perspective of really looking and putting the customer at the center, relying on data, and rethinking the way this can be leveraged, fully integrated with digital channels to build relevant experiences for the customer, and to take advantage of the power of data and the insights that can generate of consumers' behaviors, expectations, and demands. And we can break this down into four major perspectives. The first one is the strategic perspective, because stores can be a very powerful tool to acquire and maintain customer spaces. Customer acquisition cost has been a big issue for digital retailers, and stores are a cost-effective way of acquiring customers, but this is not measured at all. Another important role of the store is to capture data. Stores can generate big amounts of data. The problem nowadays is that most retailers are not capable of capturing and analyzing this data. The third thing is stores have the unique value proposition of building and engaging customer relationships and customer experiences. Stores are becoming more and more delivery points, logistics and fulfillment platforms, and they can be fully integrated into an omni-channel retail business model with a key cost component to leverage and the business and under a profitable and sustainable way. And finally, stores can become service platforms, not only as a retail as a service business model, but also delivering and adding more and more services and not only products into their offer. If we look at the operational perspective, stores must become more and more smart and empowered by technology. So stores can no longer rely on experience and on the skills accumulated over time by people who's always been in the business, because location must be data-driven. Assortment, pricing, promotions, inventory management, workforce management. So stores can become more productive, stores can become smarter, and this will make them more relevant. On the other hand, they must really be fully integrated, and this means a single view of the customer, a single view of the merchandise and the products across all the channels, and systems that can enable companies to see customers and products in a single way. If we look at the financial perspective, retail organizations will need to redefine their KPIs and the way they measure stores, because the traditional metrics by which stores are measured and evaluated, like sales per square foot, sales per associate, average transaction, they make no sense if we think about them as delivery facilities, if we think about them as service facilities, if we think about them as experience facilities. So the metrics which will be to redefine it in order to better evaluate the real contribution that a store can generate and the value they can generate to a redefined and transformed retail business model. And this, of course, we need to redefine the way retail organizations measure their results, generate results, and allocate their resources, and the way they measure the return on their investments. So eventually, we will have new financial models and new revenue models for retail organizations. And finally, and most importantly, the customer perspective, because customers still like and choose to shop in stores. So that's the point. What are we going to do to keep them choosing to shop in stores and to keep stores as a destination for their shopping journeys? So stores, of course, need to evolve also in the way they interact and deliver value to their customers. So they must become more and more easy and convenient to find and shop at, frictionless, deliver personalized experience, elevate the level of experience they deliver so that people will still choose to go and they will want to be there and to return.